I mean, that's gonna be the feedback. So you're gonna have to just move it away from the mic. And then it should be good. There we go. So now there's a little delay. Yeah.
Wow, it's like a 15-second delay, man. So that way they can trigger us if we do something wrong.
Yeah, so but I guess both of us just sit in the...
We sat over here, man.
No, we both scoot close, you know what I mean? And just kind of sit over like this, then we'll be in there. But I wonder what's up with the sound, man. That's the real question.
Why is it
Oh, that hissing or that
yeah, that's
That's some type of, yeah, so both of us just have
Come on, gotta help.
I don't know if it's this phone. I think it's our stuff.
Cause the feedback?
It's something that's out of the hour.
Can you adjust that angle on it?
Yeah. See, I don't know. The sound.
I wonder if they can hear it.
Yeah, see, I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not.
Do this.
Let's see.
Here.
There you go, check. Yeah, because you can hear it. I can hear some sound in the back. I got you.
I mean, we should not be having feedback from. We're not. This is going directly for this, so they're not tied into it. So why are we getting this feedback?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the feedback is coming from, but yeah, like you said, it's probably like a little 15-second delay. We'll figure it out. This is our first stream of the Artistry of the World Live.
Then you cut in half.
Yeah, because I want to get you in there.
I'm not important.
Yeah.
I'm the invisible man. I got no partners.
That's why you got the camera, man. You was like, look, we need to do this simulcast.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where that feedback is coming from, man.
Yeah, see. So we'll have to see, because man, most guys, like, they'll have it away, probably have it like further back, and then they get to see everything. Yeah, see, that's good. If we can maintain that. I know you guys who are going to be getting this thing a little bit later, Sunday.
Well, how long will it stay on YouTube?
I believe until you pull it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, that's deep. Twinkle, twinkle, baby, I'm gonna stop.
Right. So yeah, man, this is looking good. I mean, hey.
Oh, wow.
So let me see. The only issue is with the sound, but that's the output. That's not the I don't believe that's the input of the mics, of our mics. So let me see if I can put on like a.
Is anybody out there? Hello? Is anybody listening? Listening?
So yeah, stream.
What's it saying, man?
So we don't have anybody watching right now, but
that's okay.
Eventually, somebody will jump on. We can also share it to Twitter. So we'll figure that out, man. But
So let me ask you:
Yeah.
Can we hook a camera to your system? Wide angle camera, like the Zoom 8 that I have.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can have one extra camera.
Oh wow!
So
Would they split the screen for us?
no, that's with the other one, with that program that I downloaded, Wirecast. With the Wirecast, I believe you can see the two different cameras,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess, but see, that's where you need another person that's kind of moving it back between, because like you really can't focus on the conversation. Like for us to really be having a conversation and worried about switching it off, like that's gonna be tough.
So let me ask you: How are we gonna look up our booty calls and stuff? If our computer, we need 2 more computers or something, bro. We got
For what? To bring the
like we did last week.
Oh, all right, yeah,
Go to
yeah.
the back page and all that good stuff. Man.
Right, man. I mean, eventually we're not going to be there at that level. First level will just be like one
Experimentation.
Yeah, one camera on until you need another person to handle that, because like I can't really think about what's going on and what I need to fix and talk and have a conversation with you at the same time. Like
If you're skilled, you can.
No, you can't.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see you develop. We'll see you develop that skill, and you just tell me how it's going for you, man. Yeah, man. You go ahead and develop that.
All right.
Yeah, man. But that Hateful Eight, man. Back to that, which
yeah.
man, I felt like it was just an all around good story. I mean, it wasn't like prolific or anything. Like, man, this is heavy in thought, but just the representation, and I believe it's still up, but just the representation of all the characters,
Mm-hmm.
you had, which I felt like it was still a continuation of Django, as far as with the bounty hunter. Like, he really loved.
The theme worked, so he was doing it a second time. You're supposed to double down. That theme as a bounty hunter, that worked for him. So he liked that. I guess there were black bounty hunters back then. They had black sheriffs too.
Right, in some small towns.
Yeah, out west. After the Civil War, a lot of freedmen went west, and they cohabitated with Native Americans. They cohabitated with the Native Americans a long time. So, they dilute history for a purpose. Because if they didn't, we would know that once upon a time, people got along.
Right.
And you can't have that. It's called divide and conquer. And if people got along, they can't control. And that's what it's about, control. Divide and conquer.
Yeah. And they showed, like, even with the mama, whatever her name was, the one, the restaurant owner, or like they showed her, and then they had regular white people during that time, all just
cohabitating.
Yeah, like it wasn't no problem. The guy you had,
But it's done for a purpose. It's done for control. And that's what it's about. It's about controlling the masses, and we're puppets.
Right. And man, I liked how they had the story. They had this is just a plot, and those guys had a plan, but the weather, what they didn't count for was the weather. And then the new sheriff, and like I like how he added those two elements that just seemed random. Like, it wasn't about the hero, which would have been Kurt Russell. It wasn't about him overcoming, but it was about just circumstances that we don't plan for. It's the things that we don't plan for that usually take us out, and that's what happened with this gang.
The truth be told, we don't know if he really was the sheriff.
Right.
Because they never got to that town.
Yeah. But I think maybe he was. I mean, he pretty much knew, but at the same time, that guy who was pretending to be the hangman, like he knew the hangman story as well, so maybe he did kill them.
Oh, he had his business cards and everything.
Right, so maybe he did.
All four of them were there for that girl. One was her brother who was who was down in the basement.
Yeah.
The other one, the tall one, not the Mexican, but the tall one. he was her. I think he was her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But that Kurt Russell beat the shit out of her. No way to treat a lady.
Right. But hey, man, with a criminal, you gotta let them have it, man.
Man, the first time you see her, she got a black eye.
Right.
He been beat the shit out of her. And she spit on his letter. That was the worst thing to do. Spit on his letter.
Yeah, that he made. Abraham Lincoln. Right, that he created himself. That was
yeah, that was wild.
Right, man. That was good. I really did. I liked it. I liked the dialogue in it as well, and I liked how, like they just had the potential sheriff, and he was just talking about Southern and Northern politics, and Samuel gets mad. He's like, "Look, man. I mean, I'm not talking about racism. I'm just talking about politics." Mm-hmm. Like I'm totally separate from it. I'm separated. It's all about.
But that's what the politics is about: separating you, so that someone can control. You have to label somebody as a bad person in politics.
Right.
And yeah. Who's the most likely candidates?
Anybody. Poor.
Well, if this was a homogenous society, meaning all white people, they would find the dark-haired people that would be the problem, or the blue-eyed people, or the green-eyed people, or the dark.
Yeah, whoever wins. I mean, if the dark-haired people have the majority of the numbers and they have the power, they have the money, then blonde hair will be, it'll be like just blonde-haired devils, and that will be wrong. I mean, it's all about whoever the winner gets to say what is right and what is wrong.
Yeah.
Like we're so used to the promotion of blonde hair, blue eyes, but there could be a situation where that is seen as inferior. That is seen as the subgroup, and now no one wants it. Like that is a possibility.
Yeah.
Of our just our monkey-like ways.
Chimp ways.
Yeah, our chimpness, just hiding its ugly butt.
Rearing its ugly head.
Yeah, so.
Primitive.
Yeah, and all of those thoughts are, and just the interaction. The interaction in those characters.
Caveman.
Yeah.
Cave woman.
He said, "Ooh, all types of subhumanoids."
Subhuman.
Yeah, the skeleton records don't lie.
They don't know. This is an old planet.
Yeah. Oh man, I was on a website and it was saying how this was a white person talking, texting. This is why I love the internet, because the internet really gives you an idea of
cults of society,
of reality. As you go back and past, because the internet is all about. What is it when you anonymity? Anonymity is when you like you're not taking responsibility for whatever you're doing or saying.
You feel it's like you're driving down the street and somebody's driving down the street. You're in your car, they're in their car, and they throw something out their window at you, and they think they're safe.
Right.
Or that road rage thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. As you go in the past, you had more of it. It's like the internet now, like. People are, because they have the cloak of the internet, they say it's not even. Yeah, I don't even know if it's how they feel, but it's just that anger, and it's just that hatred that they have somewhere. That they have inside. Like most of the time, you figure, man, it's like music. If you're born in the time, you can do the music. Like it's not even that you love it; you just can do the music. You can just speak the language. It's like we're brought up in English, and the people that you surround yourself around is the language that you portray. That's the language that you use in everyday life, and it's not even a feeling. It's just the language that you use.
Well, you know, there is no anonymity. The people who think they're anonymous, they aren't. NSA is watching. Listen to it. Listen to it. Yeah, every phone call. They listen to they're watching this right now.
Right.
So there's no anonymity. Some people feel comfortable. Whatever you do or say, it's gonna be out there henceforth and forevermore. So you got to be careful what you say. Whatever you write on the internet is out there. Whatever you post, pictures you post, don't post your children on there because people will single you out for your kids.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, all right, people are watching, but they're not. Like it's no consequence to what they're watching. Like, it's so many people, it's so much information being collected on the internet that it's like, well, what can they do? How can they single you out? Like, how can they single me and you out?
Keywords.
All the crazy stuff.
Keywords.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, all the crazy stuff that we do and that we say, like, nothing is happening because no one truly is watching us. Like, yes, the stuff is being recorded, but it's not like Obama. Like they're watching Obama and Hillary.
Yeah, we're not terrorists. We're not militants. We're just an old guy and a young guy.
Yeah, but man, you gotta
expressing
think.
Our opinion.
Yeah, but they have some radical. There's some radical people that stand some crazy, violent stuff, and they're just plotting up, getting everything together.
They're watching them.
Yeah, but they're not doing anything. Like they're,
no. They got a file on them.
Yeah, it's like we give the government, we give people too much credit, and it's like it's really not.
How you think they catching all these terrorists?
It's really not that with leads, because think about the ones that they're not catching. When you think about an attack like what happened in Paris, like,
okay, that's Paris. They don't have what we got over here.
Even in America, look at those.
Okay, that last act was a random act between a husband and wife.
No, acting
on behalf of terrorist society. You can't. They cannot plant a wire in everybody's house.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like there is a trail. Like, you can see a trail of things that's building up to, okay, this is where they're going. They were already being radicalized. They were they were already had things going on.
But you know what though?
For a government that's truly watching, the government wasn't watching.
But you know what? The government is who allow these people in.
Right. Oh, look! Think about Philly, that black guy who shot the cop, and there's going to be more cases like that. Like, the government, they didn't know anything about. They wasn't watching him. And think about all the crack dealers. It's like we just give them too much credit. Like, yeah, they are watching,
okay,
but they not.
I'll come visit your ass.
Yeah, look, man, you're not, man. I'm telling you, you're not going to visit me because
once they take your ass over to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, I can start waterboarding your ass.
Yeah, look, man, you gonna be like, I told them. Like,
let me tell you something. They get who they want to get.
Yeah.
If they let them out, if they let them stay out there, they're doing it for a purpose.
Man, it's like the lottery, man. It's like, it's random, but people, because there's so many, right? So many people, you got 1 in a million, 200 million chance of hitting, but somebody has to hit. So you think like, okay, I come up with this strategy, I come up with this, I do that. Maybe it'll increase my odds, but your odds never change. Like, someone has to get hit. Like, we have to have criminals. They're gonna get popped up, but. And I'm not saying that those conspiracies, like where people, have some type of really good information and then they get killed and it's we never know that it was a murder. It just looks like natural causes. Like, I believe in that type of stuff, but at the same time, man, I don't think the government is as powerful as people think.
We aren't as important. We aren't that important. But if somebody like P. Diddy starts spouting militantism, he'd be on the top of the list, man. Because he has control of the masses. We don't have control of the masses.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree with you.
Jay-Z, Kanye West. Kanye, they got to follow long as his arm on Kanye West. You know, but they already know. They already know how to deal with the Kanye Wests. There was this one Arab terrorist that they were trying to get. Couldn't get him. They tracked him down for years. You know how they finally got him? He wanted a white wife. So they set him up. They found this white Muslim, blonde-haired Muslim lady. They set him up. They ended up marrying him. Now they knew exactly where it was, where his trail was. And they killed him. So they know what they're doing. They get you if they want you. If you're that important.
Right, but see, that's the thing, man. There's so many people that are important, you know, but it's like...
truly, we aren't that important.
Right, I mean, yeah, of course, me and you, but there's still others. There's still people out there that's, you know...
You don't think they have a file on... What's the guy's name? With the hair slicked back to do the television show now. Wow. Used to be heavy set, lost a lot of weight.
Oh, Jared?
No. Black guy.
Used to be heavy.
Reverend
Al Sharpton?
Yeah, Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
They got a file on Sharpton.
Yeah, but like the stuff that they got and the ways that they tap, like they're tracking them, are not as sophisticated as we would believe. You know, like they still have to implant the bug. They still have to do all that stuff. Like it's not to where like they can just pick up.
No, they just can't. They can't. Well, I don't know. They got stuff out now, man. They can point a light at you and pick up words you're saying.
Right.
They got light microphones. So don't underestimate anybody, man.
Right.
Just be careful what you say, man. So when you gonna plan something, let me know both so I can stay my ass away.
yeah, man. Don't worry. The FBI will already be on it, and they're gonna.
See, I'm not trying to be a martyr for anybody.
They're gonna come and let you know, like, look, man, what you know.
If everybody would take care of their own, like they're supposed to, do all the things that they're supposed to do to prepare themselves for life, we wouldn't have no complaints. You know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what I would have done with my life had I not gotten a college education. I don't know where I would be right now. Okay, so I can't say what if. I know that because I got an education, it's made my life easier. I didn't get all the fine jobs I wanted, all the top rate jobs I wanted, but I had a steady lifestyle and a steady living. Okay, I can pick up and go wherever I wanted to go. I can pick up part-time work. I can teach. I can do so many things with an education. I can hang up my own shingle. I can start my own company. I can do all these things with an education. So to say that, education has no value, I can't say that. I've been working 36 years, and the only time I've been without a job was for a week. Now I did start my own engineering firm, but that was my job. So I had that for a year or so. So the money went in job, and I need to find a job. But guess what? I found a job. Just that simple. When I said I wanted another job, I got a job. Okay? So if we do the things that we're supposed to do and provide for our families as we should, if everybody did those things, we'd be so much better off, man. They need us. They don't need education. Remember, what was the one thing that they didn't want the slaves to be able to do?
Communicate, read, speak language.
Understand the language.
Right.
Okay. What did they keep us away from for so many years?
From those things.
From those things.
Yeah.
And when we were allowed to get it, what did people do?
They wanted to...
They didn't go after it.
Oh, you're saying like once we were in a position to get this...
I mean, because...
I think we were getting it, and I think maybe...
Well, see, you have to understand...
They had to change
the
culture.
so many people say, "Wow, this stuff's too hard. I'm not gonna get a job anyway," and they just quit. They just quit. I know so many people who just quit, had lucrative opportunities because they didn't want to face that challenge. And that's what's important. You have to understand, life is not going to step back out the way and let you win. You got to take your winnings. You know, most musicians, they ain't gonna show you what they know. You know what I mean? I'm using that as an analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, we two musicians. I got a few licks that I can do. You got some licks that you can do. You may can steal my licks if you that good that you got that perfect memory. But if you ain't got that memory and I don't show you, you can't get it. But if I show you what I got and you don't show me what you got, then you know mine and yours. So I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm just trying to make a point that you got to get yours.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to get an education. We have to get educated. We have to stop this stuff of, well, there ain't no jobs out there. Okay, so what?
But just off of the numbers, like everyone can't be educated. You know, like you need.
Well, we need carpenters.
Yeah, I mean, you just need. Yeah, you need everybody.
Plumbers.
Yeah, you need people that's gonna waste money and just piss their money away.
Well, we got a lot of them.
Yeah,
we got too many of them.
But see, that's the thing. But it's not our choice that we have all of them. It's not us as a people that they're like that. That's not the reason. It's been created. That culture is like a friend of mine. He was telling me that his girlfriend's mom has like diabetes or whatever. She was like, you know, oh, it's gonna be hard because she puts sugar in everything. You know, no matter what it is, she likes to put sugar. She likes to drink soda. She doesn't like water. You know.
Okay,
but see, just check it out though. Here she is, like a 50-year-old woman who doesn't like water, who's set in her ways, when she cooks, she puts sugar in this stuff. Think about her kids. You know, they're used to that type of stuff. Like it's like a culture that she's passing on. And once you get to that age, like it's hard for you to stop something. It's easy for us who haven't been raised that way to say you need to stop, but it's hard to change the way you've been raised.
But here's the thing. She's thinking about herself and not her kids. What's best for her kids. I didn't get an education, but I want the best for my kids, and I'm going to make sure they get an education.
Right, but they have an education, but now we're just saying her. Like her in her old age, it's hard for her to change who she is.
But she should change for her kids, not for herself.
Right, but you can't. That's just like us saying, if it was healthy for our kids if we were gay and did homosexual prostitution,
dude.
You're not going to do it. Like, but see, that's the thing. Think about it. We are stuck in our ways of straightness. No matter what someone say to make it okay, we're still stuck. It's like, look, no, man, that's not who I am.
But we're not talking about compromising our morals, man. We're just saying do the right thing.
No, but see, that's the thing. Morals, there are no morals.
Yes, there are.
No, they're not.
There's some things you won't do. That's your set of morals.
Yes, that's my set of morals.
Yeah.
Right? But that's an illusion. There are no morals.
No, it's not an illusion.
Like, what won't I do? What won't we truly do?
What won't you do? Tell me what you won't do.
I won't sexually assault a child.
Okay, those are your morals.
But that's an illusion. Like, that's not real.
Yes, it is.
Like, it's really not. Part of it is really based
tangible.
on. Part of it is based on. Or let's go to cannibalism. I don't want to eat a person, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to eat a person.
But would you eat a rat?
No, we can get to where I'm gonna eat a person. Like there's a situation.
Yeah, you will.
Right.
But that's what I was leading up to.
Yeah.
You'll do what you have to do.
Yeah, you'll do. Yeah, you'll do what you have to do.
But there's some. But
what the culture says.
But to turn homosexual is not a life-threatening choice.
But see, that's the thing. It can be a cultural thing. Greeks.
So you would do it to survive then?
No, it's not even about survival. It's
if
just.
You go to prison,
it was just no.
If you go to prison and they say Bo, I need you to toss my salad so you can stay alive. Will you toss that salad?
It's not about life or death. What I'm saying is that it doesn't even have to be that. It doesn't even have to be that you're in prison. The Greeks show us that it wasn't even about that. It's about just the culture. If this is the culture that we were raised in, that we were part of, then you would do it. Then you're either going to be the one getting rammed or you're going to be the one ramming. But pick. You pick.
Abraham said, God, if there's 10, would you spare the city?
Oh, man.
Okay?
He said,
if there's 3, God, would you spare the city?
It was 10.
Okay. So, as Christians, we do have basic morals.
Yeah, but that's as Christians. That's with the blanket of Christianity, meaning that it could be the blanket of anything.
Okay, but are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay, so...
But that's a blanket.
Okay.
That could be changed at any moment. Like, me being a Christian, if we go 6,000, 7,000, 10,000 years ago, I'm not going to be a Christian. I'm going to be something else. You're going to be something else. Like, the only reason why we're Christians
we can't
is
talk
because...
about the past. All we can talk about is the here and now.
Right, but it's not a choice that you made or that I made. Like, we would be Muslims if we were somewhere else. Like, it's not a choice that we made.
Here. You are our religion, Christianity, is based off of the Jewish faith, which is based off of years of history, doing all the wrong things, and doing the wrong things are cyclical. You know, everything. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that we're trying to do now has already been done. The only thing different is we have needles now to inject drugs. But they took drugs way back when. Drugs weren't illegal. If you can make some drugs, you got paid. Okay? It wasn't until, I guess it was the 1900s, when they made marijuana illegal. Because they said the black men would smoke it and go out, reefer madness, and go rape white women.
Yeah.
Now, Coca-Cola used to have actual cocaine in it. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
And the precious rich white women would take some to chill out. They give it to their babies. But when the black people started taking it became illegal. So they make those morals and things for the purpose.
But, I don't know that it was blacks that caused marijuana to become illegal.
Oh yeah.
Well, they have a documentary.
I had to hook you up with that documentary then.
Yeah, they have another one that senator. He was invested. He made a lot of money off of another product, and marijuana has an ingredient in it, and I cannot think of the name of this ingredient, but it's in a lot of stuff, and people call it it'll come to me at some point. And hemp.
That's rope.
It's hemp, and
no, hemp is a rope.
Yes, hemp.
Marijuana
from a plant.
Is a hemp plant.
Right.
It's the hemp plant.
Yeah. And
the one that you get high off of is the female plant. The male plant you can't get high off of, so you only can get high off of the female plant.
Nah, the hemp, whatever, because they use that to make a lot of stuff.
Yeah, hemp is the rope. Hemp rope.
Rope as in something else that man has created, or rope as in, I'm talking about just the very essence of the plant. Well, like an ingredient in the plant, which we could look it up.
Is that what you're talking about? The TH, the stuff that makes you high in there? Because they can extract it.
Yeah, they can extract it. But but it was, but it's hemp, which, like I said, I could look it up, but I want to keep this going.
Okay.
But yeah, man, we'll flush that out. But the whole idea of this documentary that I'm talking about, it shows how this guy, the main senator who was leading.
What year was this?
This was, I want to say that marijuana became illegal in the 30s, maybe in the 30s or 20s.
It's before that.
It was like the 20s, maybe 1918 or whatever. But yeah, during that time, this guy, he was, trying to just make the plant illegal so that people could not use the full potential, and it would be
What's the full potential of marijuana but to get you high, man?
With the hemp that's in it. So it wasn't about it just getting you high, but it's to stop all use of it so that you couldn't use anything. And in turn, I want to say he was in like the paper business or something, but we'll I don't want it to be silent, so I'll have to pull all of that together. But yeah, man, that's what this documentary goes into.
Okay.
Tying, those things together.
Do you recall?
Nah, just only because I have to keep talking, but I don't want that silent. But I'll pull it up. Like we'll get into it off of the air, and I'll go more deep into it. And for you guys that are listening,
I'm reading this right here. This says, to understand how we ended up here, it is important to go back to what was happening in the United States in the early 1900s. Just after the Mexican Revolution, at this time we saw an influx of immigrants from Mexico into the United States, like Texas and Louisiana. Not surprisingly, these new Americans brought with them their native language, culture, and customs. One of these customs was the use of cannabis as a medicine and relaxant. Mexican immigrants referred to the plant as marijuana. Okay. Wow. I don't even keep reading this, man. I mean, they have to blame somebody.
Yeah, but see that can change. Like, that's just something that's someone written. But if I find mine and I read mine, it'll say what I wanted to say. Like, it doesn't matter what I read or what you read. It's just a piece of information that's out there. You feel what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
The idea, the concepts will change in time, and the reasons will change. Like, a person can say,
okay, we can agree to argue, but the point that you make and the point that I make is somebody decided to make it illegal to suit their purpose. Okay, to say that they made it illegal because they want to control the Mexicans and the blacks, or to say they made it illegal because one guy wanted to corner the market on his product. It's basically saying the same thing. They did it for a control purpose, not for the betterment of the population, but so somebody can make money off of it. Okay.
Yeah, and as time moves along, we gain a deeper insight of a situation, of a problem. So, if we just look at face value of something and we say, okay, this happened because of this, and as we get more and more information and we start to really look at the person, we can say, okay, here is what truly led to their motives. Now, like you said, I mean, it's all about issues, really about money and control.
Yeah. So, okay, here's one for you. What state are we in right now?
West Virginia.
Okay. West Virginia used to be called Western Virginia, the western part of Virginia. Okay. During the Civil War, oil was discovered in West Virginia first and foremost. Oil was discovered here before Texas, every place else. Then they found some in Pennsylvania, but it was first discovered here. Okay, so right at the Civil War, they was making buku money because they used to get their oils by going out and killing whales. So now all we gotta do is drill for it. We got natural gas, salt water, and oil out of those wells. So the powers that be, they were making millions of dollars back then. They decided, well, what is strategically best for us? Our loyalties to the South or our profits? So they decided we're gonna secede from Virginia, and we're gonna create a new state called West Virginia. and we're gonna side with the North. And the way they cut the state up was they made sure that their oil wells were in West Virginia and the railroad, a particular railroad. So we're talking about 10, 15 millionaires got together and decided the fate of this entire state. So again, boils back down to somebody's profiting off of the masses. That's what it's all about, man. It's about the profiting. If you look throughout history, every war, every conflict was over money, gold, profit, some kind of power trip. Okay, that's what it's all about, man. First place they go to when they conquer a country is to the banks, whatever you want to call what their banks were, and the libraries. They want your money and your knowledge, and then they're done with you. So, yeah, man, that's how West Virginia got started. It tripped me out.
Oh man, I was listening to NPR and they were talking about how this one Iranian or just Middle Eastern guy, he was saying how Saudi Arabia is the cause of all of the problems. Like America, the problem is that America is trying to fight Saudi Arabia's wars. You know, like Saudi Arabia has America fighting all of its wars.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they back these small terrorist groups, so-called terrorist groups.
Yeah.
They're backing them, and so it's like it's just one hand. They're just clapping, you know, because on one hand they have America, on the other hand they have these groups, and they're just like, you know.
Well, the Bushes were so deep in bed with Saudi Arabia, and you got to remember though now, 15 of the terrorists who flew in 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia. So, I mean, what can you say, man? You know, you lay down with dogs, you're gonna get fleas.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling them dogs, but I'm just saying, you know, that's just an analogy. You partner up, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean it's just crazy. Like I never really looked at it like that, you know. And it's like, man, it is crazy because America continues to get this bad rep in the Middle East, you know. And it's like we're just the gophers for the Saudis.
Well, you and I are, but the powers that be is making money.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and the bottom line is our national interest. Okay, how that interests me to go over to Afghanistan, that dusty, dirty little place where nothing grows but poppy. How is that helping me? You know, how? Are you casting on that too?
No,
Oh,
no.
You just checking time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Confused me for a second. I'm like, dude, what you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Now I was gonna cast on here. I was gonna Periscope, but it was just, which that would have been better. But it's hard, you know, to just hold the phone to really get both of us in there.
But I mean, any news that you get is a form of propaganda. So you have to look through all of it, weigh it. What do you believe? What do you think? And the one common factor in every conflict is, okay, for example, Vietnam. You know, Vietnam was a colony and was controlled by the French prior to World War II. And they got kicked out of there. And so they tried to reclaim it after the war. Okay? Because when the Germans conquered France, they took everything from them. All their holdings, they had to give up the funk. So at the end of World War II, the French tried, and the reason the French were over there was because of the rubber trees. Okay, Vietnam was strategic because it had rubber trees, and prior to the outer polymers that they used to make rubber now, they used to make tires from rubber trees. Okay, so it was once upon a time strategic. You have to ask yourself, why are we in these dirty little towns? These dirty little, and I'm not saying they're dirty. I'm just saying they have no value to you, Bo Miles or me, Fiddler. So why are we over here fighting? It's because somebody was making money. So once they came up with another way to make tires, which was in the late 50s, it wasn't strategic anymore. So we're over there. The French got their butts kicked. Okay, the French got their asses kicked. I mean, really. They capitulated to the Germans, and the Vietnamese kicked their ass. So we go over there under Truman to help the French reclaim their colony. Okay? They lost it. You keep what you killed.
Yeah, he said, look, man.
You keep what you kill. I mean, they took it back. So, but we went over there, and some kind of way, I forget exactly how, they split the North and the South up. And they had these two brothers over there, the Ming brothers. And they were divided. They were playing both sides. Let me say that. They were playing both sides. So they got assassinated.
Now, was this North and South? Did they have a North and South, or?
Yeah, they had a North and South Vietnam. And we fought with the South Vietnam. Okay. And North, you have to think. All these northern, like North Korea, South Korea, North Vietnam, South Vietnam, they're all close. The North is close to communist China. That's why we were fighting. Okay. They claim, okay, we have to keep communism from spreading. Okay. They went communist anyway, so how did it affect us? But anyway, the Ming brothers got assassinated. Okay, Kennedy sanctioned it, supposedly. Within 3 months, he was dead. So that's how Malcolm X got in trouble. Because back then, they were going around sanctioning every fucking body, man. They was killing all kind of political leaders because they wanted to make sure nobody went communist. So, I mean, you got to look at your history, but then you have to look at the history and understand why was this history. What was the strategic interest? When the Romans were in Bethlehem and Israel, why were they there? You know, when Jesus was born, the Romans were there. Why were they there? What strategic interest did Israel, the Nazarites have? Why did they have to go back and do a census? Why did they have to pay a tax? Because they was pimping. The Romans was pimping, man. You know, it wasn't because we're going to make life better for you. No, we want your money, man. That's what it's all about. Ducks.
Yeah, man, it makes me think of back when I was coming up in our gangs and how, like, we never developed to a level where people were paying taxes to us.
That's because y'all never pressed them to. You didn't know about it.
Right. We didn't think about.
But eventually you would have been.
Right, like we never thought about, making making the other gangs pay a tax. And I don't think even now I don't think drug dealers do that. Like, look.
No, they pay the leader.
Tax.
They pay the leader.
Right. You pay the leader, but
But again, you have to remember though, back in the 30s and 40s, the same system is in place that it is now. They fought each other for control of certain areas, and the only way they stopped was they organized into one big group. Okay, you run the south side, I run the north side, he runs the east side, and you run the west side. We agree to stay out of each other's turf. You can't kill nobody unless you come to us and ask for permission to kill somebody. That's how they stopped it.
Yeah, now that's like your Italian type gangs, or?
Well, Crips and Bloods could do that too if they so chose to.
Right, but see, we don't do that. Like, you figure Like, we don't have that type of organization to our gangs. It's just
Well, they didn't either at first. You have to develop it. You have to understand what's going on. Okay, there's so many crackheads out there. So listen, enough. If they wasn't so selfish, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not advocating the sell of drugs in any way, shape, or form. But okay, say it was a legitimate business. Can you go out and kill your competition for for selling tennis shoes that you're trying to sell?
Yeah.
You can't do that. Okay, you have to make your product that much better than the other person's, so they're gonna want to buy yours, and that's what they do. But no, man, you can't run out and steal his tennis shoes from him and then sell them.
Man, have you seen The Wire? Have you seen that series?
No.
Oh man, that's an HBO series.
I don't have HBO. You got to hit me to it, man. Hit me to it.
Yeah. Oh man, I think I have it on. Yeah, I have it for you to watch. So I'll.
Okay. Let's see if it's on Netflix.
Nah. HBO, they separated their partnership with Netflix a long time ago so that they could do their own thing. HBO Go and HBO Now. But yeah, man, I'll hook you up because that's a really good show. I wonder if it's. Nah, they probably, which they should. I mean, they should put their old shows on
Netflix and
like HBO Now and stuff like that. Man, they really should do.
Well, I see. What I see in the future is actually The Wire season 1 is on Amazon, man.
All right, y'all, man. Do you have it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here, man.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Watch it, man. Because that first season.
Wow.
That first
Look at
season
this, man.
was really good. Man.
I got 5 seasons of it.
Yeah, I think that's all it was 5, maybe 5.
Well, but what I think is going to happen, and I'm just speculating, is that in the next 10 to 15 years, you're going to even need a cable box. You're going to have to. All you need is internet, and you cut your deals with whoever you want to cut them with. So, like, if I want HBO, and if I want Showtime, and I don't want that other stuff, I don't have to have it.
Right.
You know, because I can, just like I can get Netflix and Amazon. I got both of them, man.
Right, and they have
That's the future, man.
Hulu, like so you can get.
Yeah, I mean, that's the future.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And we gotta get a piece of that rock, man.
He said, "Look, man, that thing is growing."
Yeah, man, we gotta get on there, man.
Yeah, at the content train. I'm trying to think of what this may be. I don't know, because I think I'm logged in to so many different things, man. That's the thing with this new age and all of these passwords is like.
You gotta get you 1 or 2 strong passwords.
Yeah, I try to.
What's your password, man?
I try to keep them on the
PSSWORD.
Yeah, PUSSY.
No.
Juicy.
Nah.
Juicy pussy. That's my password.
Ooh. Somebody gonna try that.
I know. Don't worry. It's not gonna get them nowhere.
Somebody gonna use it for themselves.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that one.
He said,
I just have problems remembering my password. I should come up with something intelligent. Okay. How about juicy pussy?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. You just can't. Look, juicy pussy. But yeah, man.
P capital U.
Yeah.
S capital S Y.
Every other word, every other letter is caps.
Yeah.
He said, look,
it works.
You can't beat it.
Can't beat it. You'll never forget it.
Ooh. Or wet. wet, 007, wet.
What's that?
What's that? Yeah, man. Yeah, but The Wire, man, that's a good show.
I'm gonna have to try it out, man.
Yeah, it deals with people in Baltimore, like just a drug.
Oh, the homies and stuff.
Yeah, man. Give you a good look at how
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to. you know, when I make them long junkets up to Cleveland,
Yeah.
I can do a season, 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, man. You definitely gonna get an idea of how I was growing up as a young tyke. Of course,
No wonder you like it.
Of course, the drugs wasn't as prevalent in my, you know, during my time, because we were doing just a lot of fighting, but we didn't sell drugs like just my immediate group, North and Bond. I remember when we finally did come across like cocaine. Well, the big homie, our number one, you know, fighter.
Mm-hmm.
He somehow, some way, he came across some. I don't know if he just beat somebody up and took it from him or what, but he had like a small pack, you know, like it wasn't nothing, man. He probably had like 3 or 4 nicks or something, and
probably was bath salt or some shit.
Yeah, man. Who knows, man? Like, you know, like we just wasn't into drugs, and so we had that. But then after that,
a good thing.
Yeah,
because he'd probably be dead right now. It was...
Well, yeah, man. Eventually, the gang, they all got into it. Now, see, when I was probably like 14, we got evicted.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it was on my birthday. Like,
Okay.
Yo, happy birthday, Bo! Get the fuck out of here, you know. And yeah, just dumped all my stuff out in the street. And
wow.
So yeah, so you know, I got evicted, but at that same time, then I moved with my aunt who lived away from where I grew up at. Now at that time, the neighborhood drug dealer, the kingpin in the neighborhood, he had just started picking up all the homies, you know, because we used to hang with his nephew,
Mm-hmm.
and they all lived in the same house, so we knew him, you know. His name was Bill. I don't know if he's alive or not, but it don't matter at this point.
Did he put y'all out there?
So he eventually, you know, had everybody working for him, like all the people in the neighborhood.
Mm.
He had them working for him, but I was already gone. So,
Yeah, well, that's good.
so yeah, I dodged that one.
Sometimes, you know, if you hadn't not been kicked to the
Yeah,
curb,
yeah.
you'd be still there doing what you wouldn't be Bo.
Right, man. Yeah. I'll be Bo in prison or Bo dead or
Oh well.
you know, who knows? But yeah, man. It's, you know.
Yeah. Well, you things happen for a reason, and you know, I had to tell my daughter that, you know, when God closes the door, He doesn't plan for you to go in that direction anymore. The mistake we make is we try to go through that door. If we would be patient and turn around and look in another direction, there are other doors that have opened up for you. So, you know, everything that seems bad isn't always bad. You know, like, well, you lose a family member, that's bad. That's really hard to recover from. But, you know, you don't get a particular job, or a woman leaves you, or you leave a woman. That might be the best thing in the world for her. You take your non-working ass away. And I'm not talking about you.
Man, nah, I was a non-working son of a bitch.
No, you work 3 jobs, man. You got 3 jobs, man.
Yeah, you know, I stay working.
Yeah, man.
But nah, man, you're right though. I mean, you figure, because even that, if you look at that, you know, like that door was closed. You know, like we got put out, and so then I went with one of the homies, you know, and one of my other homies, he got put out with me. So both of us got put out. He got put out his home, I got put out. So we was just trying to find somewhere to stay.
What'd you do, man?
And so, you know, we went to one of the big homies' houses.
You evaded my question. What did you do to get kicked out?
I'm just not paying the rent. Like, I was a kid. Like,
oh, your parents?
Yeah, like 14.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you.
Oh, nah.
So was he living with you, or?
His family got put out. You feel me? Like,
oh, the landlord
evicted,
the landlord was just cleaning the house that day.
Well, hey, you're not paying the rent for several months or however many months. Look, it's time to go. So yeah, man, we got evicted, you know, and his family, you know, got evicted. My family got evicted. And now my dad had already left, so it was just me and my mom. And then, you know, I went to go stay with him for a little bit. Now he lived in the neighborhood. He only lived like up the street. And then I don't know if he was on cocaine or what, man, but I think, you know, like I was kind of getting in the way of his rendezvous. So he was like, he found my aunt and called her up, like, yo,
come get this little nipple.
yeah, like, yo, man, I'm trying to get this coke right, you know, and so he, you know, got me down. So then I moved out of the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Now my friend, who got evicted along with my family getting evicted, he stayed in the neighborhood, and eventually he started, you know, hustling for the neighborhood kingpin.
Everybody's hustling, hustling.
And one of the close homies shot him in his chest. Like, I don't even know, I forgot what they even said it was over, you know.
Turf for money or disrespect?
Yeah, it's probably like something like that. Yeah, shot him, like, you know, like, man.
I mean, it wasn't nothing because he liked them. So
like, yo, that's crazy, man. I mean, just, it's like, yo, these dudes really not your friend. You feel me? Like,
no.
And you really think they are, man, but they not, man.
What they say, keep your friends close and
your
enemies
closer.
closer.
Yeah.
You know, James 3:16, where envy and strife is, there's confusion and every evil at work.
Yeah, and man, and the dude who shot him, like, yo, he not even in jail. Like, he just living like a regular life. You know?
I mean, they never said why he shot him. He just...
Yeah, they said it was like I said, it was like out of respect or over something stupid. Like,
he shorted him 50 cents.
You
You owe me 50 cents, man. I want my money.
Yeah,
it's
like,
the
yo,
principality of the thing, man.
Yeah, like, yo, you feel me? Like, people like that, like, I just don't even want to see, like, I don't want to see him, you know? Like, and I want to say, like, one of my people was like, yo, you know, dude was asking about you. Like, yo, man, don't ask about me, man. like, don't ask about me, dog, because I ain't going to forget that. Like, yo, you shot one of the homies over something stupid, like, yo, and you figure, like, yo, he can clean his life up. You feel me? Like, he not in that game. He working just a regular job.
What they say, man, revenge dish best served cold, man.
Like,
right when he started to really enjoy life, it's gonna come back at him, man. It's gonna come back at him.
yeah, man. But yeah, it was like, that's just crazy. You feel me? That's like me shooting you. Like, they were close. You feel like it like, it's really baffling, you know. But they got caught up in it, and
Guys will shoot you because they think you messing with their woman.
yeah, I mean, well, I understand that. I can understand
No,
that.
I couldn't.
But
I can't because old girl, she's supposed to know her place with you.
right, man. But if you thought I was messing with your woman, like, you
Well,
just not
no,
going.
I back off, man. Look,
You're not going to just.
Joe, Bo, you miss one bus, you catch the next one. I mean, we ain't friends no more. We ain't friends no more. But think about it, man. You ain't tearing her down. You know?
Yeah.
You ain't tearing her down. If she wants to give it up to you, and she disrespects me that much, I don't need that in my life, man.
Right.
You got to move on, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like, you know. I feel like I could be civil in some type of domestic, you know, girlfriend.
I'm gonna tell you. Those emotions over. See, you haven't had that happen real bad to you in your life. But man, them some deep emotions, man. To you know, you invest your life with someone.
Yeah.
And
man, my first wife. Like, look, man.
But that was mutual. You know, y'all kind of mutually just separated. You know.
Yeah, but I didn't want it. Like, I didn't want her to go and, you know, her out just stripping and just living a crazy life. Like, it was affecting me. You know, like, I was.
But it wasn't good for you, man.
Right.
It wasn't good for you. It wasn't healthy.
Nah, it wasn't.
You know, we can't be in unhealthy situations and survive as men, because no man wants to know his woman is taking her clothes off for other men.
Right.
You know, that just don't work. You know, I saw this one video on Facebook where this brother got all his buddies over his house. You know, they making a bunch of noise. And they'll go come in and tell you, I gotta shut up all that noise. They said, "I'll get out of here." She said, "Okay." So she went in the bedroom, took all her clothes off, came walking in the living room in her panties, bent over, went in the refrigerator. Everybody started looking at her. The dude went crazy. He pulled out his gun and started shooting. But y'all got to get out of here. I mean, emotions over your woman is a serious thing, man. It takes real control to understand. If I kill everybody who look at my woman, it's not everybody else. What's my woman doing to want them to draw them to look at her? Right. And she can say, "Well, I'm not doing nothing. I can't control how other people feel." Yes, you can. You can carry yourself in a manner that they know you with somebody.
But see, that goes back to women living in this illusion. Like, look, every guy want to smash, but that's not their reality. Like, they don't believe that, but that is the true reality. And if you give an inch, they're gonna take a mile. Like,
you know what? I'm with my wife. Can't no other woman walk up on me and throw it at me and think I'm gonna walk away from my wife, man. They can't.
He said, "Don't even try that."
I'll tell them, "Look, I'm not interested."
Right. Keep that fat ass over there.
I'm not interested.
Keep them juicy nipples over there. I'm not trying to suck with them things.
No,
right now.
what's this all about? Why are you interested in me? You don't even know me.
Yeah. Oh man, that reminds me of the time in high school.
I might be some axe murderer.
I was messing with this girl. I really liked her too, man. Like, I tried to friend her on Facebook. She didn't accept my request, and so I was messing with her. And then this other girl, she was like throwing it at me. So I was trying to take it. Like, look, well, you're gonna give it up. So when it was a half a day, we go over to our house. I'm trying to smash the whole time. She not letting me smash, right? She not letting me smash. So I leave. I probably leave like I said, half a day. So I got there maybe about 12.
And you put your work in for 8 hours.
Right, 8 hours with no smashing at all.
Okay. Did you go back?
So she tells my girl
that you was trying to smash.
No, that I did. She told my girl that I did smash. So needless to say, that was no longer my girl. And man, she just cut me off. She never talked to me again after that, man. I was so just heated because I tried to smash.
You got blamed and didn't get the benefits of it.
Right. Right. And wow. I told her, I was like, yo, I didn't touch her. I didn't have sex with her. She was like, yes, you did. She was like, why would she lie? I was like, look, I tried. I was trying, but I didn't. Look, I was trying to smash.
Well, just the mere fact that you tried, I'm done with you.
Nah, she believed that I hit. So the girl, she just used me, I guess, to get to her.
To hurt her.
Yeah.
She was jealous of her.
Yeah, man. That was crazy.
James 3:16, man.
Yeah, man. So, and like I said, it still mess with her because, some of my old girlfriends, I friend them and it's all good. They friends with me, but nah, not her.
You must have really broke her heart, man.
Yeah.
She had plans for your ass.
Yeah, man. I had plans for her, man. I would, that's my girl. Even now, forever. I know she listening to this podcast. She's.
You have to decide what's important for you, man.
Yeah, man.
Here.
I didn't hit.
I've never cheated on a woman I was committed to. I've never cheated on a girlfriend that I had a committed relationship with, and I never cheated on a wife. Once you walked out the door, you wasn't my wife.
Fair game.
All deal was off. It was a whole difference because you got up and walked out on your own. But I always felt that when you cheat and you have a family, you're not just cheating on your wife. You're cheating on your child too, because your child needs all of your attention. All of your loving and nurturing. And if you out making babies with another lady, how can you be fully nurturing in that committed relationship. Okay, who's supposed to get it? The first one or the second ones? You know, that's what all I'm saying. You know, like if old girl decides she wants to break on you and you decide to go out and make another family, that's a whole horse of a different color, man.
He said, look, 2 families.
You know, went to a couple of funerals. Fight broke out because his other family showed up to the funerals. Who that? He looked like Daddy.
Oh man, I know a couple people like that who, you know, their dad or granddad had like a couple families or whatever.
I know some preachers who had a couple families.
So yeah. Look, man. Yeah, look. I mean, a lot of those prophets
wherever he laid his hat was his home.
had
And
issues.
when he died,
So they like,
all
look,
he left us was alone.
I'm trying to give up the magic stick.
He's looking out for him. But here, you know, that seems cool for a man to do that, but it really isn't. It's destructive.
Right, it is.
It's destructive to family.
And it's very primitive. You know, very chimp-like. Just
well, you know, chimp-like. Well, you know what? When everything else fails, your reason and logic, that libido still's there. You still want to get your rocks off. You know what I'm saying?
That cock wet.
Well, yeah. But wow.
Yeah, man. Oh man, before we wrap this up, man, we at least gotta give something more MLK. This is his day, man.
Oh yeah, man.
But
he sacrificed for us, and we have to ask ourselves, if he knew we were gonna act like this and be the state we are right now, you think he would have put himself in a position to sacrifice his life like this for us?
Yeah, man, he was smashing and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So, you know, he knew, like, yo, everybody not perfect, but at least give us a chance. You know, look, I'm going to smash the chicks, but give me a chance to smash these chicks, you know? He's going to do the right thing. Give him a chance to do the right thing. Just don't just shut the door because of the color of my skin, you know? When we go on Backpage, like, look, I'm not trying to see no African Americans, you know? Nah, no black men. No black men can get this coochie. Like, wow.
We want the right to hit it too. Oh boy.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, man. He was, because like I said, man, he was out there, so he knew. Like, look.
Well, you know, they had an FBI file on him. And they had one on Malcolm X too, and they said Malcolm X was like a saint next to Martin Luther King.
Yeah. Oh man, I interviewed this woman. She was like an elder of a church. Mm-hmm. She was talking about Martin Luther King. She didn't say like, you know, she sucked his dick or anything, but she was just saying how she got a chance to meet him. They went up, met him up in Cleveland. I guess he was doing some rally and work up there, so. Mm-hmm. I think she probably jumped on it, but she didn't want to say it. And
she was respectable now.
Right. She was just trying to keep it clean, you know, keep that MLK dream alive, you know. Like,
no, Martin's running around. Huh?
Yeah, but yeah, man, I know she rolled that.
You know, and I hate to say this, and I hate to throw fuckery around. But there were some people who there were if you Google on not even Google, if you go to YouTube, they're saying that Jesse Jackson was involved.
Oh, in the murder? Wow.
Yeah. So check it out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, because you figured, you know,
there was the one guy
who was close to you like that. They are the ones. Because the FBI they come up to him. You know, they went up to him. Hey, JJ.
We know what you're doing.
Right.
And quite kept even a frat brother. So.
Yeah. They gonna be like, yo, man, you next in line. You know, let's go ahead.
But he wasn't. He was third line. And he wasn't even. If you look at the last time he talked, he started shunning Jesse Jackson away from him.
Oh.
You gotta, just when you get
Yeah.
Look it up, man, on Facebook.
Yeah, I will, man.
Not Facebook, but YouTube.
Yeah, on the tube. Yeah, man. I'm gonna check that out. I was watching.
And these are. Dick Gregory even said it.
Yeah, they're like, yo, man, JJ had something to do with this.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing, because if you look at the Black Panther one, you know, it's always an inside job, man. They always, because our loyalty is so thin, like it's ridiculous.
Well, nobody can get to you but somebody you know.
Yeah.
You know, the only people that can get you is the ones who are actually close to you, man.
Right, man. I mean, it's ridiculous that even JJ would even be a part of that, but yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Well, you know, people get starstruck, man. They want that power and, like, okay, remember when Obama first came out? Jesse Jackson said, "You ain't gonna be president. You gotta go through me to get to the presidency." What? Who are you?
Right. I remember something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was crying the day when
because he had no control. See, what the deal was, I guess he thought his son was gonna be president, and then they started busting his son out for drugs and alcohol and women and all that kind of stuff.
But you gotta know that you gotta be clean on that. Like, you can't.
Well, they busted out Jesse Jackson for having illegitimate children too, man.
I remember that. I remember that. I was a kid when that was popped off.
You know, you have to. If you preaching, you have to stay clean, man. You know, because there ain't no secrets. Once they see you poking your head up, they checking you out.
Right, they coming. The wolves are coming
at you
like
hardcore. So all y'all future leaders out there, y'all better keep it clean.
Right.
Or kill the motherfuckers if those the witnesses. You know.
I wonder if we elapsed in time. Who knows? It doesn't matter.
I mean, we still on. So.
Right. But yeah, man. But that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Like, once you decide that you want to be a leader, like, you have to look at your past and make sure that it's clean. Make sure.
Well, there's this one guy named Omar Johnson. He's been on YouTube doing talks and stuff. And
yeah, I think I know him.
People been slandering him because he out chasing butt. Well, he ain't married. He made the mistake of saying he wants to save himself for when he get married, instead of saying, I haven't found myself a queen yet, but I'm searching. As opposed to saying, I'm going to remain a celibate until I find. And he out chasing butt. So he discredited himself that way. His message and his words are still valid and powerful, but people look at that little stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He contradicted himself, as opposed to, well, you know, I'm a man, and the king has to find himself a proper queen. You know, and if she don't measure up.
Yeah, but a king gotta have several sluts. Like, that's what people gotta understand. Like, I hate when they do the lion analogy. Like, women will be like, you know, they'll be like, I want a king who's worthy enough for me to be their queen and la la la. And they'll post pictures of lions, right? A lion has several bitches hunting for him. Like, he just doesn't have
They call
one.
them lionesses, man.
Like, he just doesn't have one.
He has a pride.
Yeah, he has a pride. Harold, look, bitch, get out there and bring that money back to Easel.
Well, instead of money, bring that gazelle back.
Right. Get out. Yeah.
The male lions don't do the hunting.
Right, they don't. Look,
it's the females.
Right.
Guys out there. What's wrong with you?
Y'all four, y'all run out there, and then after y'all done, I'm gonna smash each one of y'all.
I'm gonna treat you. I'm gonna reward you.
This lion cock, you know. But like, people, they post pictures of a lion. It's like, what are you doing? Do you not know?
Yeah, they don't know.
They're like, oh, I want a lion. Like, all right, well, gather up 3 more bitches and I'll be a lion.
Wow. I'll be your king.
Yeah, I'll be your king. I'll be your lion king. But yeah, man, it's that's crazy. But That's what a king. Throughout history, a king always has several hoes,
Well, even
mistresses.
even biblical, they had more than one wife. You know, when you're nation building, even when they started in Salt Lake City, Utah, polygamy was allowed, and the reason it was allowed was they wanted to build a separate nation of people. You know, a guy had 5 or 6 wives. It wasn't just for him to have fun. You gotta make some kids. You gotta bring some people into this world so we can have us a whole state. But well, you know, they was trying to build a country, but it turned out to be a state, which is basically the same thing. They went out there for religious freedom. You know, they wanted to have all the women that they want, and that's what happened.
This is synced up, but we'll call it on the stream,
Okay.
and we'll pick it back
Keep
up.
rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Because the sound is still popping, even though we don't have the thing on. And I think that's probably what was the problem, is that it was listening to the sound and playing the sound at the same time and observing itself, and that's what created that feedback.
okay. So we probably lost all of that then.
No, like when we were listening to that, but like since I've turned it down, I don't think we caught any of that feedback in there. But yeah, man, it'll be alright. I mean,
It was
this is our
experience.
first stream, and we'll do better.
Next time.
Yeah, guys.
Peace.
So those of you who are on the live stream, this is down over. Oh, our listeners, we'll be doing this Mondays at around 6-ish. You know, CPT baby.
Yeah.
So next Monday,
Look for us about 6:30.
right? Next Monday, 6:30, we're gonna be back, and eventually we'll, be doing this the whole time, the whole 2, 3, whatever, however long we take on these joints.
Yeah.
But that's it. We're out for